Hiya, it's Murdo here, and I am back Sunday doing a few reviews. Well, not reviews, just doing a few videos for you. Charging my other Chromebook, so I'm using my good one here. What am I up to? Well, I decided to make a meal. I'm going to do a vegetable meal. I had mushrooms in the freezer. I should never have put them in the freezer. David put them in when he was here. He bought them. I had that many mushrooms. I says, I'm not going to be able to use all them. He says, well, just put them in the freezer. I went, they're going to contain water, doing that. So, anyway, I took them out and I had to wash them, which means they're going to contain even more water. So they're going to be like sponge. But I've got them here. I'm just cutting them up. And, yeah, as I say, they're going to contain a lot of water. But I'm putting them in a sauce anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really. You get these bags of frozen mushrooms, and they're no good. They're really like slimy and watery either. But I hate wasting food, so anyway, I've got them here. Gave them a wash. They should have actually been cleaned and then froze, but they weren't. They were just put away in the box. So David, next time you buy mushrooms, you're going to clean them first if you're going to freeze them, because I had to wash them there to get rid of the dirt. I'm going to put them in my Drew and Co machine. It's a multi-cooker. It's got a lot of programs on it. You could do rice in it, you could saute, brown, you could slow cook, you can you can slow cook, you can high cook, you can steam, you can do pasta, stews, do soups in it. You can roast meats, you can do fish, you can poach, you can make bread, rise, bake. You can also make yoghurt. I've never made yoghurt in it, and there's also a DIY function. It's quite a cool machine. It's got just a big pot in it, and it steams as well. So it's bra for healthy meals if you want to do your steaming. So I'm just cutting up mushrooms here. Know that you want to keep seeing me cut up mushrooms, so I'll edit this a little bit, okay? Right, so I'm back again, and what have I done? Well, I've chopped up the mushrooms and I've put them into my Drew and Co. See them? I've cut them into big bits, and I've tried to get as much water out of them as possible. Would you believe there was water in them, because I had to wash them, as I say. But yeah, chopped them up into small pieces, and I thought, what else could I add to it? Well, I've got a green pepper, green. I've got a red pepper, red. And I've got an orange, well, sort of orange and greeny pepper, a wee bit of green. So I'm going to chop them up and add them to the mushrooms, and yeah, see what happens, shall we? And I'll give it another pause again. I'll get back to you in a second. Okie dokie. Right, so I'm back again with my pausing of my videos. This is the only way I could do it, because I'm not very good at editing videos, but that's that. So what I've done is I've added my red pepper, my green pepper and my orange pepper to my mushrooms. No fancy cutting, I've just made it all rustic, so it's all in big bitties. So I've put them into the Drew and Co machine, and what I'm doing is I've got them on saute, roast. I've not added any oil to them yet, because, move that forward a bit here, maybe see it a bit better, can you see? I've not added any oil to it yet. That was my clock in the hall chiming there, did you hear that? Maybe you didn't. Right. So I'm just trying to sort of dry the mushrooms off a little bit, because it contained water. So they're in the Drew and Co. So they've been drying off a wee bit. And now I'm going away to add, would you believe? I love this. Spanish extra virgin olive oil. Quite cheap that. I think it was about £2.60. And it's quite good stuff. From Lidl's. Get the lid off it there. It's a plastic bottle. That's the only thing. You used to get glass bottles, it's a plastic bottle. So come on, get back to the glass bottles and cutting on the plastic. So there, so I'll add a bit of that. I'm going to add a good splash into it. Probably about 2 tablespoons. So yeah, so that's my extra virgin Spanish. I prefer the Spanish. The Greek olive oil is good, but I prefer the Spanish olive oil. So added that to the mushrooms. Orange, red and green peppers, as I say. And I'll let that sort of fry in the Spanish olive oil. And I'm going to add a red onion. I prefer red onions for these dishes. Find red onions sweeter. And also, always use a red onion when I make my curries. I never like to use white. I sometimes use white, but I find the red onions are a lot better. I just find them tastier. So we'll chop that up. Just going to add one. It was quite a big onion. As I say, nothing fancy with the chopping. Big bit is. Put that into the drone coal along with the other stuff. And we'll get that fried for probably about 8 minutes. Now, sauce wise, I am going to add this stuff. I bought 4 jars of it. And I've got a little bit in this jar that I'll use. And I'll use another one. And the sauce is a company called Sol Mar. And what it is, I'll put this down in the Chrome book. What it is, here it is, there's the jar there. Sol Mar, and it comes from the German store Lidl. And it's a tomato sauce with fried onions, and it's all pureed. And you get my glasses in, they're very good. You get 5 servings in a jar, so you don't need to use too much of it. But this is quite a big dish that I'm using. And as I say, I've got some in a little jar, so I'm going to add a wee bit of water to the bit that's in this jar, give it a shake. It's like a sauce, it's a Spanish sauce, and it costs about £1.30 for a jar of it, and it's a 570 gram jar. It's really good. Salsa de tomate con cebolla. Tomato sauce with onions. If you've never seen it, try and get it when they've got the Spanish weeks in Lidl. They might have them. So I'm going to add that into my drone coal. That was a bit wee water. That was just to finish off that bit of jar. Got all my rubbish. See all my rubbish in that container. And I'll open the other jar, and I'm going to use half of this jar. It's really, really thick. It's really thick sauce. When I first bought it, I thought it was just a pasta sauce, and I used a whole jar of it. And then I read it, and it went 5 servings. It's good with fish and everything. I use it for fish and that, so it's nice. So I'll use half a jar. Yeah. It's a great smell. It's just all tomato. It's been roasted in olive oil. It's even nice cold. I use it with Doritos. Doritos are just as a dip. Or mix a little bit up with mayonnaise and put it in with your prawn cocktail. Because it's no vinegar. It's not got any vinegar in it, but it is nice. So that's it. I'll show you it again. Sol Mar salsa de tomate with onions. Product of Spain. Really, really good. I love it. I think it's great. So that's that. Add it into it. So yeah, and that's about it. So I'm just going to cook this off. I'm going to cook this off, the mushrooms, the onions, and the mixed peppers with the Spanish sauce. And finally I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. Now I've been buying this pepper, but it's quite expensive. This is from Lidl as well, and it's the deluxe range from Lidl, and it was about £2.40 for that. It's almost finished. 100 grams. It's in one of the grinders, and it's black pepper seasoning mill, and it's called Tellicherry. Tellicherry, spelled Tellichery. And what it is, it's extra strong black pepper. It's been ripened for longer, for a fuller, and speaking off you today, for a fuller flavour. So I'm going to add a wee bit of that into it. Well, quite a good bit, to be honest. My dad used to love pepper. He used to put pepper on everything, my dad. I'm getting like him. But yeah, this is really good stuff. So I think they sell that most of the time. You see that? Tellicherry, black pepper. It's really nice. It brings out the flavour of your food. It's good on pasta and everything, and carbonara and stuff. So that's that. That's what I've done. I'm just going to cook that off, my stuff, till it softens a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my drone coal, and then I'm going to set the machine again and put it on a different program, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the soup cycle because it cooks quicker. So I'll put it on the soup cycle and I'll leave it on for about 15 minutes until my veg all softens in that sauce. And it should be all nice and lovely. And I can have it with a steak or maybe a bit of fish, a nice bit of fish, maybe a bit of sea bass or something. So we'll start that. We'll close the lid and we'll leave it for a little while. How long did I say? Forgetting, what was it I said? Was it about 15 minutes or something I said? I think so. And it should be okay. So that's my side for a steak or a fish. I'll put it in the fridge and it'll keep a couple of days if it's in the fridge in a sealed container. I wouldn't freeze it. So that's that. That's my wee side dish that I've done. Right, I'm going to get going again. I'll see you later. Thanks for dropping into my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? I know I've only got a couple of videos, but I did hear a lot of subs, and the Heart of Zanny was helping us out there with my subs and everything. But I deleted all my videos. What a dafty. Anyway, I'll get going just now. I'll see you later. Take care. Have a super Sunday, and bye for now. Ciao.